here on my other computer. Right, go. Here we go. Just waiting for the share screen to go away, and then we all wish you.
Let me get rid of it, Roland.
Well, here we go. Then we live with the share screen. If you don't know where you are, you can see it now. We are at the Modelers Friday Night Live Show. We have, as you can see, some technical difficulties.
Why won't it go away?
The IT staff is obviously woefully inadequate.
It's broken. It won't let me. There you go.
Hey, look at that.
Oh.
What's broken? Nothing to see.
Nothing's broken. I have nothing to see here whatsoever.
Yeah, fantastic. Here we go. We start fantastically well.
Keeping up the high standards.
Welcome everybody to the Modelers Friday Night Live Show. This week it is the May edition of the Year of the Lord 2025. Awfully nice to see you all here. As you can see, we have the whole band together for a change, which is fantastic. We have PJ, he is in, our senior model. And then we have Jamie here, who from Marsh Models. He is obviously ready to rock and roll. Then our traveler of many worlds has joined us today and given us the honor of his presence. Welcome, Dan.
Evening all.
And then obviously you already met our IT department. We're working on it. We apologize for some technical difficulties. Wonderful. Good to see you all. Good to have you all here. Really fantastic. And obviously, as we always do, this is tradition, and we are always, all accomplished modelers apart from me. We obviously want to know what you guys are busy with. So, Peter, what's on the bench?
The Revell A380. I'm rapidly trying to find a picture of it for you. Bear with me a second.
We want the model.
Oh, well, yeah, well, okay, then fine. That's the fuselage. Okay, the wings are down here as well, but you don't want to see that, boy. But say again.
What's the scale of that?
What colour are you painting it?
Two questions. The scale is 144th, and it's empty white at the moment, Alan.
That's sort of will remain that appliance white, isn't it? They use on those, isn't it?
Say again.
Is it like standard appliance white or something they use on those, isn't it?
Effectively, yes. Effectively, yes. You'll have a load of nice decals on it as well, so that's good.
Do you do factory decals, or do you have a certain airline in mind?
No, it's the original Airbus. Oh, actually, just the latest generation. Just bear with me a second. Those.
All right. Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, so I think we repainted all our flight test aircraft in that scheme in, I want to say, 2011, 2012 timeframe.
Yeah, round about there, yeah.
When 350 entered flight test, we repainted everything to match.
Yeah.
You should have tapped Dan up for some original paint there, Peach.
Yeah, it never occurred to me, to be perfectly honest with you. It just really model. So.
I can't get anything like that.
But yeah. Good.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm looking
Surely
forward.
You know a man who knows a man, Dan.
I probably know a few people who know people, but yeah, things like that don't happen anymore, sadly.
Yeah.
Like the good old days when people used to come in and chrome their bumpers on a weekend.
Yeah.
All that stuff is long since
gone. No,
come and work in the bus industry. It happens all the time.
Oh boy, Jamie, are you doing something? Or?
Still on the McLaren, mate. Still on the McLaren.
Yeah, okay, but don't tell me you are at the same spot where you have been a month ago. This would not be acceptable.
I know, no, we're all 2K'd now, so I can't really show you because it's all 2K. I'm just waiting for that to go off, and then there'll be some big update pictures coming.
So it will be in the finished models next month?
That's a yes.
Yeah, it could be, yeah. It could well be.
I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, I am.
Then I guess you only do click models because that's all you can do on the plane.
Well, it's funny you should mention that, actually.
It's funny you should say that.
He's been doing Lego again, haven't he?
No, I haven't. Because I've basically forgotten how to build models. I decided I'd build that today, which is...
Today?
Today, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, one of the Revell little 100, well, whatever scale they are.
Yeah, nobody knows.
Yeah. Revell 112th scale. There you go, 112th scale. X-Wing fighter from Revell, which...
So basically joining the 112 scale then, Dan.
Yeah.
Exactly. An order of magnitude out. And then I also started on cleaning up some parts on an F-106 from Hasegawa in 72nd.
All right. That's really
A couple of fairly simple kits just to,
get
trying to remember how to do this.
Right in gently.
Yeah.
No, that's very good.
Yeah, before I go back to the Model Factory Hero Ferrari.
Yeah.
I have to get back to the engine, and that's quite complex. So
it is.
I need to be back in the swing of things before I do that.
Yeah.
Never had you for a swinger, mate. But okay,
Well,
TIE Fighter, and then the Model Factory Hero. Here you go.
That's it.
Alan, you're obviously building a myriad of models, I'm sure.
I'm just still continuing trying not to drop it now. Still continuing with the Lancia 037. It's getting there now. It's starting to look like a Lancia now.
It does.
Parts don't fit properly and that sort of stuff. So yeah, it's just like the real car. But no, it's getting there.
It's taking you so long. It started to rust already, like a good Lancia.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Rust repair is a big part of it, Dan.
I wonder if you'll get an award for that.
Say again?
I wonder if you'll get an award for that.
Unlikely for this one, Jamie. It might take 10 or 12 years to get an award for that one.
What's that one above your head? It looks like you've won Wimbledon.
Oh, we have, yeah. It's hell of a match. It's hell of a match. Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm still busy with my Unimog. No surprises here. Here we go. But it's now all built and ready for priming. So that will be happening this week. Unbelievable that it came to that point. But yeah, I have no more parts left in the box. So I guess I have to prime now. There's no more choices here.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what will happen here.
So that'll be in the finished section next month then as well.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I have finished one wheel. It will be in the finished section. Oh boy, it's actually easy to paint, so it might actually be in the finished section, to be quite honest. Right, Dan, we haven't heard your voice for a long time. Why don't you take away the chat for a minute?
I can try. I can remember where it is.
It's right next to the video.
On the right-hand side, all those words, people's names before
I'm
it.
trying to remember which screen I'm watching it on and not watching it on, and that screen, that one. So yeah, Roland was in early, but a welcome to the show, preempting our 7 p.m. arrival. Andy was in, Quinstar scale models. Evening all. Hope you all have a great show.
Hey, Andy.
Mark
Shellard is in, saying hi, everyone.
Hi, Mark. Is that a new name? Oh, not
Mark Shellard.
No.
Mark Shellard. I know Mark Shellard. He's from other streams.
Oh, you know, well, if you know him, he obviously is also a senior modeler. Hi, Mark. Welcome.
Yep, welcome, Mark. Nice to see you again, mate. Or, as we normally greet each other, Shellard. He'll know what that means. In joke. Carry on. Go on. Sorry.
Nigel T is in, saying hello, folks.
Hello.
Alan Parker's in with a good evening, everyone. Hope you're all ready for an action-packed show.
Oh, you always make this promise.
Who we're talking about now?
Expectations are set.
Yep. And of course, PJ is in with his good morning, afternoon, evening, all you wonderful modelers, wherever you are. Time zone friendly. Good morning, Vietnam style.
Yeah,
we do it here. Paul Schmidt is in saying hello everyone from Southwest Germany with lovely summer weather. We still have 25°C in the garden. On Sunday we're back to 10.
Crazy.
Good old Germany. Always like that. Well, I hope you all guys are at the Baggersee, because that's where to swim, even if the water is 10 degrees, it doesn't matter. Germans go swim 1st of May. That's it. Summer has started.
Towels on everything.
Yeah. Towels on everything. Get out.
Neil Gilborn is in shouting, test.
Good man.
Do you think he's testing?
He is
He's
testing.
testing us.
Yeah.
Very testing.
Very
The
testing.
main one. And good old Mark is in with an evening, everyone, up here in bright sunny Scotland. Now we know he's lying.
Yeah.
Definitely know it's lying.
Definitely.
And his very much better half is in. Michi saying evening.
Hey,
Richie.
That sounds more realistic.
Then the one, the only, the legendary Rally Chef's Model Shed is in saying evening, chaps.
Hey.
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah.
And I must say, thank you very much
For your hospitality. Yeah.
and for the treats.
Yeah. Top scones. Top
Treats.
Yeah, top
What hospitality is that, Alan? Tell us.
Yeah, we
missed out on
called
some-
it on the way up to Perth last weekend or last Friday. We called in to see Ian. We all descended on Ian and had a cup of tea and some scones with some homemade jam on and stuff. Yeah, so it's very nice. Very
See,
nice.
my reaction if 2 cars and 5 people turned up at my door would be to lock the doors.
Especially if Alan and Co.
Yes. But Ian is very definitely cut from a different cloth and much more hospitable than I am.
Yeah. Yeah, and his better half is a good laugh as well. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a fun time. Could have stayed for hours, to be honest.
Oh,
Certainly. Jeff Light's in saying a very good evening, guys. Hey, Jeff.
Yeah.
Hi, Maggie. Hi, Jeff.
Steve's in saying good evening, all. Long time no see.
Ages, Steve. Hope you're doing well.
Richard Farmer's in saying hi, all. Hope you're all good, and a big thumbs up. And of course, speaking of thumbs up, don't forget to give the stream a like as well. It would be greatly appreciated. Yellow Cake is in saying, who's that old guy on top in the middle?
On top in the middle.
It's
That's
got
Jamie.
a big page. It's got a big page.
Yeah.
Not a chance.
That's
Can we chuck people out of here?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Joe. Hope you're well, bud.
and Dom is in the chat as well. Dominique Cocu with an evening.
I don't.
And Peter Millgate is in.
Well, another
Evening,
one.
everyone.
Right, Pete.
Hold run flat, Peter. How are you, mate?
Hopefully, Peter is not still waiting at the services on.
No.
Bless his heart.
Kaz Fox is in saying good evening, everyone.
Right,
Kaz.
Always good. Always good to have you, Corin. So I'm not the only one from South Africa. Always good to have you.
And Hey Mika is in, who was in the hangout a little bit earlier.
Hey, Mika.
Hi, Mika.
How's that, Mika? Good to see you, buddy.
Sean White's in saying good evening, crew and chat. Hey, Sean.
Sean.
And Mark Schiller says the cream eggs keep melting in the hot weather.
You
Of
should
course,
eat them
they do. Well,
quicker.
you can keep them in the fridge.
Yeah.
I'll just eat them.
Just eat them quicker.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen here.
Or as is often said around here, an open box is an empty box.
That's it, mate.
And Michi says, nice new coffee mug on the shelf.
Oh,
Well,
did
I
you
hope
get
that's a Scale Fanatics mug. That's all I'd say.
Oh, I hope so too.
Nice one, Michi.
Jet Scale Models is in saying, I'm walking to downtown Vancouver to pick up an iPhone. I'm listening.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice.
Hi, James. How do you, mate?
And then Neil is in with, hi guys, hope you're all well.
You're all
Very
doing good,
good,
right?
Neil.
Thank you.
Gravy.
And Mark says, cheers guys. And PJ goes, shut up. Paul Christopher's in saying, evening fellow modders.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Good to have you, buddy.
Ian says the bill is in the post, chaps. Professional hospitality doesn't come cheap. Exactly. And make sure
Send it on to Send it on to Jamie, and he said he'll cover the bill.
and then Joe is back with a hi guys. Hope you're all doing well. Of course we are.
All
All the better for seeing you as well.
Pop in and see us.
Yeah, jump in the hangout sometime, Joe. Come and say hello.
So Steve said, I had no voice for the last 4 weeks. Started with a head cold and then gave me the pneumonia jab, and it all went to pot. Oh dear.
Oh no.
Oh dear, mate.
Oh deir, that doesn't
Although
sound
those around you may have been glad that you didn't have a voice for 4 weeks. You never know.
bad.
Not saying nothing. I'll move on.
And Mark says hello to the award-winning Peter.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, indeed, another one picking up some silverware or
Kind of,
glassware.
or acrylic ware.
Yeah, from Scottish Nationals.
All right. That's very good. Very good. It shouldn't be
She
brushed
says,
over.
Louise says, nice.
Night,
Good night,
Louise.
Louise.
Bye.
Louise.
Stephen Burns is in saying, evening all. Hope we're all tickety boo.
Yeah,
Oh,
ideally.
Hi,
thanks,
Stephen.
Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
Ah, right. Me, she meant the silverware behind Alan. Right.
What are we on about? What are we on about?
Okay. The nice new coffee mug on the shelf. There
Oh,
should
that
never
thing,
be
yeah.
coffee in that. There should only be
Yeah.
champagne.
Best ball boy in Wimbledon. I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one here.
That little one, yeah.
Can you
Ah.
lift it?
It's a bloody ton, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's cool, isn't it?
Okay.
It's cool, isn't it? I'm quite proud of that one, to be
The only
honest.
thing, the only good thing about it, Alan, is you have to give it back.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. It does have to go back for next year, but it's, I don't know, it's a memorial trophy, so you know, it's I suppose it's nice to be picked for something like that, isn't it? You know, more than anything.
Well,
I
we
wouldn't
wouldn't
know,
know,
mate.
mate.
I wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know.
But yeah, I know.
What are you on about?
Yeah, I'm very pleased to
Yeah, it's
receive that,
lovely,
to be
mate.
honest.
Oh, so you should.
Yeah,
be.
completely unexpected.
Yeah. That's what.
As I think Peters was as well, actually.
Yes.
Yeah, Peter was more surprised with his. Yeah,
Very
Yeah,
good.
no, it did definitely deserve that as well, Peter.
yeah, he did.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Steve says, wife getting fed up of the whispered answers.
Yeah, I wish my wife would get there. Maybe you can send that over. Maybe she can catch that.
Yeah. Michi says, we'll get you a wee one to remember it.
Yeah.
Yay.
Nice, steady.
Yeah.
Steve says, Alan was at a thanks for participating runner-up cup.
Basically, Steve.
Funnily enough, it was a cup for not participating,
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
interestingly.
It
So
didn't enter any competitions, just sat there on the table.
Yep.
Some bloke came along and threw a cup at him.
Yeah.
it was, what was it, the best in show for non-competition entries.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah. Neil says that was a big lucky bag that it came in.
Yeah.
See, here they are, all the jealous folks.
Not far wrong.
And of
Happy
course,
day.
yes. And we'll get there. We're getting there, Neil. We're getting there, don't worry.
Mike Pierre Hasselgrove's in, saying evening, everyone.
As a Mike.
Are we going to skip? Should we just skip over this?
Yeah, just skip over that one. Yeah.
Oh, that's just people.
I mean,
talking
it was
about
only
social
it was
media.
only a rosette. It was only a rosette. I mean,
It wasn't.
So
bit
right,
of cloth.
So, right, for context, well, 5 of us went to the Scottish Nationals in Perth last weekend.
Yeah.
Obviously, as mentioned, Alan got his best in show for non-competition entry.
Peter.
Peter Milgate got
The Sterling Trophy.
the Sterling Trophy. Was that best?
Best in competition, wasn't it? Oh, yeah.
Best
Yeah.
commercial or best civil in
Think-
competition.
Competition, yeah.
Which he didn't know he was going to win because you don't get a rosette on the table, so he only found out when they announced it. So he was well pleased. And our very own Andy also got a
Amended rosette.
Amended
commended rosette for his
250 GTO.
250
GTO.
Well deserved too.
Spot on, isn't it?
Peters was the
Absolutely spot on.
F2003, yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
Alan's was the 787.
But given that it was Andy's first build of
Yeah.
a MFH kit,
First 112 build, wasn't it?
yeah, it did very well. Well, to get anything, to be honest with you, and I think he did really well to get that. Yeah, well done.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
3 awards for the club, innit? Mega.
Yes.
yeah. I would have preferred to see those kits on the table all weekend because I thought they were very nice. Instead, other people got to look at them instead of me, but they got some just awards, shall we say?
No, it's mega.
very, very good. Very good. Very proud of the guys. I think you guys did very well.
And I think we are all caught up.
Yeah, obviously. having a trophy just thrown at you. I mean, that's a bit of a surprise. But the other two at least competed.
It's a heavy trophy to have thrown at you as well. So.
Yes.
Yeah, while we're on to you, and Alan, might be a very good time to have a look what this time of the year the guys are buying. I mean, summer is coming, modeling is not as big. Are there still guys who buy stuff? What do you
Yeah, I mean, this will be complete. I haven't even had a chance to look at the section yet, so this will be a surprise to me as well. So there's probably going to be lots of words mixed up, and I'll probably invent a few new words as we go along.
For you, if
that's part of the entertainment value this show delivers.
The usual stuff. The usual stuff. So there we go. That should hopefully be sharing.
It is.
It is.
So first up this month is Dominic, and he says, "I brought a few models."
Oh,
no, that's a surprise.
So yeah,
Well, where's going to put them?
yeah.
I mean, yeah, we all know why he needs a bigger place to stay, don't we? Because he needs more space for models.
Yeah.
So first up, he's got himself a Messerschmitt Bf 109E in 1/32 from Trumpeter.
All right, that's a nicer biggie.
Yeah, it's quite a big one, that isn't it? 1/32. Let's have a look what else Dom's got himself. He's got himself a Dragon 1/35 SDKFZ 164 Nashorn. Is that?
Nashorn, yeah.
Nashorn. That's an interesting looking
rhinoceros.
Isn't it different?
It's a tank destroyer, yeah.
Big boomstick holder.
So that hasn't. I take it that hasn't got a turnable turret on that. Then it's fixed.
No. Tank destroyers generally don't have. We don't have Panzer in the chat. He would give us the whole story. But no, it's even his open roof.
Okay. Oh yeah, I can see his head sticking out the top now. Yeah. What the hell? Looks an interesting one.
It's basically a self-propelled tank destroying.
Yeah. Okay. And Dominic's also got himself. Well, this is up your street. This one is. He's got himself a 1/35 Standard B Liberty from ICM, US Army truck. That's a worldy one, that as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Solid rubber tires.
Yeah. Yeah, a bit of a bone shaker, that no doubt.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
What else has Dom got? Oh, another one for you, Roland's.
Oh, I love
it. A novelty 1917 ambulance from ICM as well in 1/35.
I've built a similar one as an oil delivery van, and yeah, they are very fiddly, but once they're finished, wonderful, beautiful kits.
Very nice, Dom. And what else has Dom got himself? Oh, something different.
Oh, look at that.
He's got himself a Wild Egg Girls 1/4 ton 4x4 utility truck with Amy McDonald's figure.
Wild Egg Girls.
I want to know if Danielle knows about that one.
Wild Egg Girls is not a category I was aware of, but here we are.
That looks pretty cool, to be fair. What's that 1/24 scale as well?
Yeah, very cool.
Next up, we've got our very own Mr. PJ Lewis. And let's have a look what PJ's picked up. He says, "Hi everyone, new stash swelling swag for me this month includes a 1/24 Jägermeister Alfa Romeo 155 V6, courtesy of the Alan Parker Cave of Wonderful Things." Yes. And purchases from the Scottish Nationals Model Show include a 1/24 Italia Airy Jaguar XJ220 Racing, a 1/48 Great Wall Hobby Ghost of Kiev MiG-29 Fulcrum C913. Is that?
Yeah.
I don't know what does the C913 designate.
There's a Fulcrum C.
Okay.
The model is known as 9-13.
Okay.
The size of the tires.
Yeah.
Okay.
A set of fine detailing paintbrushes.
Yeah, which is not
shown.
We always need those.
A lighting kit for inner light and the massive, not sure of the scale, cosmic scale. Serenity spacecraft from TV series Firefly. Now, what was the scale now, PJ?
It's now it's a 1/100 scale.
So it's going to be approximately a metre and a bit long.
Just a bit, yeah. I mean, it turned up yesterday, and it is huge. It is huge. And there's a lot more bits to it than I thought there was going to be. So,
well, you know the way some delivery trucks have those little forklifts on the back.
Yeah.
This delivery, there was a second truck with a full-size forklift, on the back.
Yeah,
Wow.
so she's a big girl. She's going to take a lot of planning to get the lighting in and stuff like that. So yeah,
You'll have lots of fun doing that, I'm pretty sure.
we'll have lots of fun doing that. Yeah.
Nice.
Next up, we've got Mr. Millgate, Peter. It says, as the blind ban is not legally enforced north of the border.
Oh, it's gone.
No,
That's
it
how
only
he gets
applies in
around
England.
it. Yeah.
It does only apply in England. He says, I managed to pick up a 112 scale Airfix Wallace and Gromit Pesto van. Minus
That
a
is
rabbit, of
amazing.
course. It's missing the rabbit. We've got this was in the kit stash. They have like a kit stash sale there, which is pretty cool, to be honest. And yeah, so he managed to pick that up, but it's minus the rabbit, unfortunately. But I believe somebody found a wee rabbit for him, so he'll be having a rabbit.
Oh, that's amazing. I'm very jealous. I would love to have that.
Yeah, I've got that kit as well. So.
Yeah, we opened it up and had a good look at it at the show as well. It's pretty.
It's neat.
It's bigger than you think, isn't it? As well.
It is. It's bigger than you think. Yeah.
And he also got himself a 148 SU27 in awesome digital camouflage because he wanted to try the digital camo. And he also picked up a range of washes, metallics, and paint pens, etc.
Here we go.
Well, I think Richie Waldron has built one of those on his channel.
The actual the plane, yeah.
Yeah.
He is the inventor of loopholes.
Yes.
Isn't he?
The Millgate, yeah.
Peter, yeah.
Yes,
He got himself some liquid deco film, some extreme metals, some washes, some of those cotton wool buddy things, some paint pens,
Pointy
some
ones.
true metals. I might have bullied him into those, so they're quite good for highlighting and stuff. And
He'll class these as consumables, you see.
well, technically they are consumables, aren't
Well, I know, but that's that's his loop.
they? Yeah. So yes,
He's bought himself some human flesh.
yes, some human flesh tones.
I have that paint.
Oh,
I have
that's
that
the word
paint
that's
set.
missing. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh.
very good. Very
I
good.
thought
Eight
it was
piece.
human flesh toes.
I thought he bought himself a new skin or something.
Yeah, no, that's all in the quest for a better Ayrton Senna. Is that?
Okay.
All right.
Next up, we have Chris Stover, and he says, got this Hobby Boss 132nd B24J Liberator.
Wait a
And
minute.
the mass to go with it as
132?
well.
Yeah.
That's not going to be small, is it?
That's going to be big.
Yeah, I don't know if it's I don't know the wingspan on there. Can you?
675 millimeters by 1049, is it?
Yeah, just over a meter.
1049.
Yeah, just over a meter wingspan. There we go. Look in the letters there. Look, see.
Wow.
That's going to be a bit of a beast, isn't it?
God bless my eyesight.
There's one of those you built in the garage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Bloody hell.
Well, we all know that Chris has got lots of space out there, hasn't he? So
I know, he will be just fine.
I'll look forward to seeing the build of that one, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
Next up, we have Mark. Mark's also at the Scottish Lass because he lives out that way. He says, well, it's been relatively quiet on the buying front, but purchases were made at the Scottish Nationals Model Show in Perth. First up of the Dispace Sander and Circular Mass Cutter. Also picked up a working jig for armour, but will also be used on cars too. Oh, and a bottle of Mr. Colour Thinner. So yeah, these jigs things did look quite interesting. Actually, I saw there was a load of these on the table there. They do all sorts of things where you can pin things to a plate. So they do all sorts. Quite interesting.
I've never seen one of those.
That's quite a clever idea, I suppose, isn't it? Really?
Yeah, it's just like they did. Obviously, that's set on a 45-degree angle, that one. But they did a load of flat boards with just pins in, where you could actually, hold things
in place.
Yeah, so there's a build jig to build things straight and things, I suppose.
Yeah,
Used to use them a lot on building RC planes and things to get straight wings and fuselages and stuff.
The same company produces a jig for holding planes as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so you got yourself the Dispace Sander, circle cutter, which is, in my opinion, is a must tool.
Brilliant.
And some thinners. What else did Mark get himself? Let's have a look. I think second up are 3 Tammy kits of dinosaurs for my daughter Louise. We'll probably paint them pink or purple to match her T-Rex called Barney. Yes, she was wielding Barney at the show.
Happy days.
So Louise.
Who knows what color they wear? Nobody knows what color.
Exactly. They may well have been pink.
Yeah. But yeah, she'll have fun building those, I'm sure.
Happy days.
And I think there's more to come. It says, and last minute buy off Facebook Marketplace is this new unused AK weathering pencil set.
Oh, that's cool. That's very cool.
Yeah, very useful. I got those. Yeah,
Yeah.
very useful.
Yeah, they're just water, yeah, just basically paint pens, aren't they? Watercolor paint pens.
No, the pencils, mate.
Yeah, but you know what I mean.
It says there in the title, pencils.
Pencils, yeah, but they're water soluble, aren't they?
Yes, the watercolor pencils. Yeah,
Just like water paints in a pencil.
but solid.
Yeah,
They add water
paints,
to.
like water paints are.
So the watercolor pencils.
Until you add water to them and then they dissolve.
Moving on.
Then we got Mitchie again. She says, we trip to Perth for Scottish National Scale Model Show. I bought the last 1/12 Wonder Woman from Cosmic Scale Models.
There we go.
Yeah. A book on female figures at the AMS paints and accessories. Then 2 Pokemon Bandai figures. This Eevee's 4-inch one, not showing as it's a gift for the nephew. Could have spent a lot more, but was trying to watch the pennies. Yes, as we all were. Yes.
Mark wasn't. Just saying.
No, Mark wasn't, obviously.
He was pretty restrained, I thought, to be fair.
Was he? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think
It was the Scottish Nationals after all.
Yeah, he was pretty restrained. I was looking at those because they had a whole host of those superheroes. So, you know, but they're all the old, the original superheroes. So yeah, some of them pretty cool.
Old.
Yeah, I got one. I forgot to take a picture, but I got one of the Superman.
Superman, yeah. They're all pretty cool, weren't they, Dan? To be fair,
yeah, it's Christopher Reeves.
Christopher Reeve one,
It's very nice.
I might have bought one of these sort of things for the daughter as well, but it was a Fox, Bandai Fox.
Cool.
I haven't put it in here. Next up, we've got Panzer, and he says, I might have opened my wallet and purchased a few aftermarket goodies, upgrades, and a conversion set for the Airfix Ferret.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Just a few, you say, just a few.
Just a few things, very restrained.
So I've got is that like a decal set? God knows what that is. A conversion set.
Metting planks, ferret turret. Yeah, it's a pity he's not here. He could explain that to us.
I take it that all goes on the same model.
Yes.
Yeah. So many ferrets were produced and used and modified and modified.
Should we look forward to seeing that one in the progress on the finished builds gallery, Panzer? Definitely. Next up, we have Neil Gilborn, as another one who joins us in the Hangouts. Says, this month, I must be buying supercars. And all I can say is you are a sucker for punishment. Stay there. So he's got himself a Meng something at the top. Can't make out what it is. He's got himself the Diablo, I can't even, what is that, Siesto Elemento? Yeah. He's got himself an old Countach there. He's got himself a Zonda. He's got himself the Herrera, and he's got himself is that the Paracello Temptreo? Is it? I can't see it at the bottom there.
Pancetta Tempesta. I think I had that in my sandwich for lunch. Yeah. Oh no, it's Pancetta Tempesta. Okay.
Yeah. That just looks like a world of pain to me.
Yeah, the Fire's a good kit. I've got that. I've built that. So.
I'm just trying to think it's the Zonda. What's the nightmare, isn't it? If memory serves me right as well.
Yeah, I still have that here in my stash. I'm not touching that at the moment. Apparently, the only problem is to get the body on, I suppose. Huh?
Yeah, the body and the doors to fit, isn't it? Where everything to close properly. Yeah.
Oh, nothing important then.
No. Just small stuff.
Minor details.
Yeah, he's got a couple of other kits. Yeah, he's got some proper scale kits over to the side. You can just see the 1/12 on the box there. Look. And that one down there. I wonder what that one is there. Can we see? I don't know.
Might be the next
70
pictures.
Blower Bentley.
Yeah, Blower Bentley. And then he says, and decals due to really old ones in the Esky kit Ford Escort Mark II, once the original ones completely failed. Nothing alcohol related in that at all. It has been an excellent learning curve thanks to everyone in the meetup. It means a hangout there. So he's got himself some new decals, which he's actually already applied.
Yeah.
for today.
Put them on earlier. Yeah.
And that's for his Mark II Escort in one of the rally versions he's doing. And it's looking quite good too.
Very cool. Very cool.
Next up, we've got Willie, and he says, "Hi all, have a look what the Easter Bunny has delivered.
Here we
Coming straight
go.
along from the Czech Republic, Edward's new 148 Sapworth Camel with my favourite Bentley engine."
Cool.
That's
Here we
pretty cool.
go.
Isn't it? So
Does.
yeah, he's got himself some undercarriage there by the looks of things. So the Sopwith itself and a whole engine kit there. It's pretty cool. What is this box underneath? That's the engine cover. Oh, okay, comes in that.
Edward Brassens. Yeah.
Wrestling set.
Very nice.
Very
Pretty
cool.
cool, isn't it? Bomb, seat, engine, guns, air pumps, and wheels.
And you know he's going to make an excellent job out of this. Looking forward to that one.
Definitely. So we'll keep an eye out for that one again. Next up, we've got Sean, who's an avid collector. He says, "Hey guys, a couple of additions this month. First up, it's a Tamiya 124 T50 and a 125th AMMZT Mack truck. Or that's meant to be AMT. I don't know where that MZ coming out. I don't know.
Spells it.
That looks like an old box in that as well, doesn't it?
Does, yeah.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Cool, isn't it?
Yes.
Very cool.
Go on, Sean. Put in the chat, Sean, how many kits you have in your stash now, mate, if you're allowed to. We're indoors, he's not watching. I'd be really intrigued to know. Because it's going to be large.
Incriminating evidence I would be careful to put out there.
Yes.
Yeah. Just PM me if you like, and I'll tell everybody.
You just tell everybody on the show then.
Yeah. Oh, and I know we're going to disappoint. I know there's going to be more.
There you go.
It says,
Oh,
Sean
nice.
says, picked up one of these 112 magnifier GT40 kits for an insanely cheap price.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky you, man. Lucky you.
They're not, the suspension and stuff on those is a bit toy-like, but the actual kit itself builds up all right, to be fair.
Because I've built that.
Yeah.
I've built that. It's
Builds
really
up
nice.
all right.
I did it in the golf scheme. So.
Yeah. I said I had the original trumpeter version, so that's
Yes, it
a
is.
copy of, isn't it? So
It is. Yeah.
Very cool.
and what's
Oh,
that says,
And there's more.
and there's more. Yeah.
and
And
that's not all.
there's always going to be more with Sean, isn't there? So
Oh, I love a Accord. Oh, that's one of my favorite cars ever.
But the thing what interests me with that is it's 112 scale. It's a 112 scale AMT 37 chord.
I didn't even know this existed.
Me neither.
16 inches long.
You know
That's
that
a
Accord is a mini Duesenberg. That's what it is. It's a fantastic car.
That's a bit of
Free
a
electric
isn't it?
gearbox, the whole bank shoot. It was a fantastic car.
But Roland remembers when these were first introduced.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do too.
The thing what gets me, roll up windows,
Wow.
posable steering,
Mhm.
opening doors and hood.
That's going to be plain sailing, isn't it? That.
Yeah.
Piece of cake for
Yeah,
sure.
Over 16 inches long assembled. Here we go.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a biggie.
I think it comes with a display base as well.
It's definitely not going to be a box for nightmares.
No.
No, it will be excellent.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting. It's certainly an interesting subject. Definitely.
It is. I love that car. I would buy it immediately if I saw it somewhere.
Notice it's got pop-up lights. Just notice that.
Yes.
It does have pop-up lights. with it.
Oh,
And
so
inside the thing, it has a handle where you kind of screw them up, the pop-up lights. So they're not pop-up lights as such. Wind-up lights.
So it
Wind-up
seems that
lights.
there may be a bit of competition going on and people not knowing who's buying what. So it looks like Neil may have been after a couple of these. But
Oh yeah, I think I saw Neil. Yeah, that probably came from Veteranus then. That magnifier GT.
Next up, we have our very own Mr. Dan, and he has got some kits and stuff from Scotland and some kits from the Alan Parker's Model Emporium.
Oh,
Oh,
he's been
dear,
had
dear.
again, hasn't he?
So Razor Saw and some washes from AK.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Razor Saw actually goes together well. That blade on the left hand side fits perfectly in that handle. So
I say because those blades are probably better than that blade that's in
Yeah.
there.
yeah, for sure.
I'll tell you that they are a good
Yeah.
thing to have, to be honest with you. They've done such a nice precise cut. We got those, and then what else has Dan got? He's got himself A 1/72 Vickers Wellington.
Yeah.
I love it, Wellington. Very good.
That's going to be cool. Is that the price you paid there, Dan?
No,
That's all right then.
I can't remember what I paid for it. It wasn't
Okay.
that.
He's got himself a Hassie 124
Yep.
Toyota 87C.
Yep.
That's
It
quite
has to
that's
be
quite a good, nice scheme actually as well, isn't it?
It is very
It's
pretty.
quite a sharp scheme, that is.
I think I want to say the red is decals possibly, or the red is paint and the blue is decals. Yeah, I think the blue is decals, red is paint.
Yeah, you have like a sort of rough paint line you have to do, don't you?
Yeah.
And then, But they build up nice though as well, because we're being curbside as well, aren't they? So they're pretty straightforward to build as well.
Yeah, they're very enjoyable to build.
Very cool.
And then next up, I recognise those.
I wonder where they came from.
Yeah,
Darkrai lifted your leg again, Dan.
He
Yeah.
did.
he's
He
got
did. I
himself
was saying I didn't see much I could buy at the show, and he was like, "Well, I've still got stuff."
I can sort that out for you.
Yeah.
yeah, he got himself the Nissan R89C from my stash and the McLaren F1 GTR from the stash as well, with some, well, he was offered some pots of dry paint to go with it as well.
How generous!
Yeah, well, I had the paints for it on the side, but they've been there that long. They've actually dried out. They've gone solid up. They've done.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And
They got
this
the power, that's the important thing. Next up, we have
Sylvia.
Sylvia. He says the Easter Bunny took a deep dive and brought a 1/72 micro submarine from ICM to me.
Oh, I'm
Wicked.
so jealous of that Milka.
Chocolate bunny.
Yeah. Them Easter eggs look nice, don't they?
Building partner. Yep.
Love them.
That'd be pretty cool.
Love
Look forward
them
to seeing that on built as well.
Yeah.
You can always feel free to bring some chocolate when you come over to Telford.
Oh, yeah.
And next up, we have scale model Chris. He says, evening all. No kits this time, but the plan for this year is to hopefully attend and enter a few model shows. So I picked up a hard shell camera carry case for transporting the builds. Case is big enough for 3 or 4 1/24 cars, and the foam is easy to remove to shape to the build.
That's really cool, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely worth having a decent case. I bought some decent strong boxes myself because you need to protect your kit. So
I wonder if you get a 12 scale in one of those. No.
you probably would potentially, Jamie.
They're different sizes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Suitcase, not a case, a suitcase.
I said the beauty of those ones obviously is they come with the foam pre-installed, don't they? So you just cut to size. So
Yeah. You cut them out as you need them.
That's cool, that is.
yes.
Just buy my own foam and then burn and cut myself while shaping.
And Chris says I also picked up a few other bits from a certain cheap website: wet palette for decals, display sanding pads, glasses cleaning cloths, long glue tips, and a little jewelry stone picker, and some more tiny magnets. Yeah, you can never have enough polishing cloths.
No,
Definitely. That's where your magnets are, Dan.
Yeah.
There they are.
Yeah, so these little
The Chinese have stolen them.
yes, can be quite useful as well. I find these particularly good with the super thin sinos, so you can just put it where you need it.
Yeah. No, I without those I would be lost. No, I love those.
And that is it for this.
All right.
On the what have you been buying?
Yeah, very cool stuff in here. Wow.
Didn't you miss one of your own out?
One of mine.
Oh,
112 Stratos.
Oh no, I haven't put that. No, but I have. Yeah, purchased. I got a good deal on that actually. The Italieri 112 Stratos. I managed to.
all right. We're trying to hide that now.
When you say you got a good deal,
Basically, I snubbed it from somebody.
Marky, honestly.
Well, somebody else noticed it, and I heard them saying to somebody else about it. And I thought, oh yeah, I'll get over there quick and get that before they do.
So has Peter forgiven you yet?
Peter's always forgives me. He's already got one. He's already got one. But there might be a potential that Peter might have got another one even cheaper. but I haven't yet spoken to
No,
him to find out.
that's just not acceptable.
So we'll see. I'm waiting until I get to see him this week to find out.
No honor amongst friends.
Yeah, no one among thieves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh,
See,
that's
Andy's in there to rat you out. He sniped that deal. Yeah.
Yeah, he's sniper.
Unbelievable.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Speaking of chat, shall we do
You
a quick catch up?
snooze, you lose. That's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah.
You pushed him to the ground and ran past him.
Yeah, bigger than him, aren't I?
Kicked him to the curb.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. No video
But
to prove it.
on the upside, he wouldn't have bought it anyway because he wouldn't have been able to look in the box.
And he was on a buying.
That's sensitive. That's sensitive.
On a buying ban, now what you believed in the Northern Territory.
Oh yeah, I forgot
Sorry,
about
that
that
doesn't
loophole.
Now, here's one for everybody in the chat. This is a serious one then. So, say you went to a model shop to do a large purchase. So we're talking a purchase for a model kit, sort of £500 plus. So you can see the box there in front of you. Would you want to look inside the box before you handed over your money, or would you take it on faith that everything in the box is going to be exactly what you wanted it to be?
Because it's a sealed box.
Because it's a sealed box, so you can't open the box without breaking the seals. Would you be happy, or would you want to see the said model before you handed over your money?
That's a very rhetorical
I'd certainly
question,
ask to see it.
I wouldn't buy a £500 kit, but I normally want to see my kits anyway, even if it is £50.
Yeah.
It's not unreasonable, is it, to ask?
But then if you were in
The
a
thing
model,
is, if you buy it online, you don't, do you?
yeah. And if you're in a model shop selling new kits, which are all maybe even cellophane wrapped, you'd buy it.
Yes.
Without looking
You've
inside.
also got buyer protection, haven't you, if you buy online most of the time?
No, but if you buy in a shop,
Yeah, they're all sealed in the shop as well. So generally speaking,
you still have legal rights, and at the end of the day, the guy at the show, you know who they are, you know who you're paying to,
Yeah.
and you're paying by card.
Yeah, because it was a genuine trade. It wasn't like a kit sale, stash sale, or anything like that. So yeah, I'd just be interested in what other people's opinions are on that, to be honest.
Well, that might be a good time to move over to the chat, Dan.
Yeah. Let's have a look. So back up to earlier topic. Yeah, Mark says, plus you guys got the chance to meet myself, Michi, and Louise in person instead of just on the hangout. That is true. That is true. Yeah.
Well, we'd already met you anyway, Mark. It's Mitchie and
selfish.
Yeah, let's be honest.
Yeah. Michi says, forgot to put Louise's finished builds on the finished builds.
Oh no!
Hey, go back.
It's always next month.
Next month.
Mark says, when it's warm in the UK, everything gets claggy and sticky. That's your problem.
That's a you problem.
We're not going to elaborate on that one.
Yeah. Misha was always going to get that. Oh, I think that's the thing Dom had. I think the pink one is from Danielle, apparently.
Okay,
that's the.
Mark Schiller says, "Oh, matron." Neil says, "Really great product." Michi says, "Dinos with pink glitter."
Yep, that'd work.
And she thinks Mark was very restrained.
I thought Mark was very restrained as well, to be fair.
Yeah. Wayne Saunders says, "Evening, guys." Hey, Wayne. Neil says, "All's on the can't beat a supercar."
We'll ask you see what your response is when you're building that, Neil.
Yeah.
So
you can't beat a supercar when they're running, that's for certain.
When they're on the side of the road, broken down as they frequently are.
Yeah.
But then
fire.
Yeah. Mark says, Alan, forgot to say about the Lancia. Yeah, we've covered that. Graham French says, Dan, hope you're feeling better after the weekend. I am, Graham. I'm back to 60% running.
Yeah, because you didn't see Graham, did you? Because Graham came over to say hello. So
no, I missed him on Saturday. Yeah.
It was nice to meet Graham as well. And say, get yourself in here at some point, Graham. Like we said.
Definitely. Definitely.
Shane is in saying, morning, evening, shaggers. Just got out of the old fart sack. Sorry, I'm late. An eloquent speaker, as always, Shane.
I gotta love Shane.
parts.
Yeah. Andy, yeah, Quinn Stars remind us he sniped the deal on the Stratos. She's saying, I saw it happen. I had to pull Louise out of the way. Steve says, Alan, is that when you asked him to hold your cup for a minute? Yeah. And then Mish says that should have been PJ's question of the month.
Should have been, but then
you missed out.
Yeah.
And apparently Jamie can help Neil with his onda.
Oh dear. I think I'm off that day, aren't I? Where was I that day?
And we're all caught up once again.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, it seems you guys had a very good time there at the Scottish National, so that's fantastic.
It was really good, Roland, to be fair. It's because I believe in past years it's been spread over 2 halls, but this year they brought it down into 1 hall, but it just seemed to, I think, make everything gel a bit better from what I understand. And certainly it was quite busy on the Saturday, wasn't it? Well, you weren't there, Dan, but it was quite busy on the Saturday. The Sunday was a fair bit quieter, but in that being said, you had more chance to speak to people.
Yeah.
They didn't feel like they were in the way whilst they stood at the table and stuff speaking to you. So it's really good.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It was.
There's some crocodile tears in the chat now. Oh, God.
Oh wow.
Play the game. Right. Now, I personally love to see what you guys buy, because there's always models which I've never seen before. Those 112 models, especially the Wallet and Gromis. Oh, gee, now I know what I'm after. Didn't even know that existed. Fantastic.
Yep. They do a couple in the series, Roland, to be honest.
Oh, no, I have to look out for those. Never saw them around here. Well,
I think Peter's been after one of those for quite a while, really.
Yeah, I've had mine for a while.
And the Stratos. He's wanted a Stratos for ages as well.
Yeah.
I don't have a 112 Stratos.
He could have had the perfect weekend, couldn't he, really?
No, you wouldn't have gotten it.
Martin Gromit, Stratus, and a trophy. 3 out of 3.
And a puncture-free journey on the way home.
Yes.
Oh, too soon.
Too soon.
Oh, wow. Now we see what you guys are buying, and you guys are buying fantastic stuff. I really am always inspired by that. But what do you do when you buy? Do you actually build it? Well, that would be something to find out when we can have a look at what you guys are busy with. So, Dan, would you take that one away?
I'll try my absolute best to smash some buttons.
Oh, God.
Share application window. Share that one. There we go. And my thumbnail video. That's it. All comments. Yeah. So first up is Christopher.
Here we go.
Working on the Hobby Boss 132nd B24J, as we saw earlier. Building it out of the box.
Yeah.
Wow.
It looks like that desk has some size restrictions.
That's gonna be huge.
I would love to see that one.
That's an awfully clean cutting, Matt.
I love the cockpit, yeah.
You'll find that's the photography, Matt Page.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ian Fife has started on the Tamiya F14A 48 scale with 4-ball heater Ferris decals for VF1 on board of USS Kitty Hawk in 1983. My first Tamiya build in several years, going together really nicely. Here's the main section of fuselage and the particular scheme I've chosen. Given the complex, for me, painting of the intakes, I masked and painted them prior to gluing, and so far so good.
That's looking good.
Yeah.
Good so far. Looks like quite a complex paint scheme.
Yeah. It is. Yeah, it was a series of visually disruptive schemes they were experimenting with back in the 80s.
Right.
That's going to be fairly big at 48 scale as well, is it?
Yeah. It's pretty big.
Just such an awesome looking plane, aren't they?
Yeah. Michelle McCullough still have this sticky nightmare going. The Row Life Emily's Flower Shop. Getting there a bit quicker now, and hopefully it'll be on the finished builds post next month.
Oh,
That's one Moji. Looking good.
Yeah, it'll get there. Patience. Patience is key.
That's it.
Don't listen to Mark, he has none. Panzer's in with I completed the build of the Churchill. Wrong section, but we'll go anyway. AFE Club Churchill AVRE Mark IV with SPG, a gem of a kit. Instructions leave a little to be desired, and my advice to anyone: ditch the horrible supplied string and invest in some Karaya cables.
That's cool, isn't it?
Okay.
So it's assembled. Right, it's assembled. It's not painted yet. Right, okay. Right, he's completed the build of it. It still has to be primed, painted, and all that malarkey. Yeah, I can see
Nice
quite a lot of
detail in it, though, isn't there?
yeah, I can see lots of photo etch at the back end. Yeah, some nice weld textures. Cast texture on the turret. Very nice.
Oh yeah.
Are those different tracks on that as well, aren't they? Oh, they're the kit
Those
tracks,
look
aren't
like, yeah.
Yeah, very
Someone's
cool.
gone for metal tracks. If you're going to go to all that effort, you're going to get some metal tracks for it, I would say.
Yeah.
Or at least a very detailed set of printed ones. Very nice.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh, Mr. Millgate. Work continues on the B-Max 1/12 scale Lotus 99T. I fitted Ayrton into his seat, detailed steering wheel, and thrown some front suspension and wheel hubs on. I've added hydraulic lines for active suspension, painted in various metallics and mainly Tamiya LPs.
Very cool.
And there's
Looking good.
self-satiny
Very
seat.
His head on now.
Mega. That's looking mega.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the telemetry pod thing.
Yeah, looks really good, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's cool.
Nice little detail.
Yeah, very nice. Very, very nice.
Hey,
And something for, lawnmowers. God.
lawnmowers?
Yeah, for you, Jamie. 1-to-1 scale. So lawnmower blades, I guess.
How he's painted that looks really realistic, doesn't it?
It is. It is.
Weathered.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'll give you that one, Neil. That's
Hang on,
very-
it doesn't get used very often. There's not a blade of grass on it.
You would have thought it would have put sharpened blades on there, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Possibly. Another one from Neil. For me, this month's been all about learning the decals, Talieri Ford Escort 124th in the Rothman scheme.
He put them
Well, I'll tell you what, he's not done a bad job, because getting decals over those arches are a bloody nightmare at the best of times.
Yeah,
they are cartograph decals that come in the kit, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done a good job, hasn't he? That.
And what I do like with Talieri, so they'll give you extra spare sections of the blue, yellow, and orange.
Yeah.
So if you do have any little bits you need to fill in.
I think the only thing I'd have done different is probably magnetise that bonnet.
Yeah.
So you could take it off and turn it upside down without it falling off.
Yeah. Now, if he'd done that, I'd call him a genius.
Yeah. See, I would have done that, but my magnets went missing. So.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair play, I suppose.
Anyway, Mr. Quiney, hi all this month. I'm still plodding on with my 112th MFH Fiat 131 Rally at Barth. It's been going great. I know I have most of the suspension parts cleaned and painted. Also, lots of test fitting along the way as usual. I'm now on the bodywork, test fitting, and prepping ready for primer. Thanks for looking.
Oh, here we go.
That's looking proper, isn't it?
Yeah.
Getting there. I think the discs, a 3D printed disc is done for that as well, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's looking really good, isn't it? Looking forward to seeing that come together.
Oh, and there we go. There's the body.
It'll be a beast.
I was on about that earlier. Look at, there must be so much weight in that boot lid and the bottom.
Yeah. Blimey.
Very cool.
Whole looking thing, though, isn't it?
Yeah, always a big fan of that in the car. So Mark has started work on the Tamiya 120th Lotus 78 F1 car. Engine has come together really nicely. There's still a couple of things I need to do to it. Panels are all primed with some black going on. Tamiya LP paint's been used for the majority of the painting so far.
Hey.
So that's the Ford engine that sits in the back. We've got our picture of it. We do. And I guess that's all. Yeah, that's all the panels primed.
It's looking good, that, Mark.
Yeah, it's getting there. Getting there. Very cool.
Happy day.
Alan Matthew Thomas. I was hoping to have this one done for a finish section, still quite a bit to do. It's the Tamiya Celica GT4 mixed with donor parts from another Celica 93, from another 93 Celica WRC, similar to one featured before.
Oh, sweet.
Right, okay, so he's taking the front end off the ST205. Okay. Took the wheels, roll cage seats, and decals for the WRC version. Did some custom work to the interior to get the roll cage and spare wheel to fit. The decals surprisingly fit rather well to the newer shape. So complete one collection for these Toyota rally cars. Okay.
Here we go. Would love to see that collection. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, very good.
So he's done a good job of that because I wouldn't have known otherwise.
Yeah.
It's, you know, just looking at it, would you? Yeah, front end looks perfect.
Yeah. Oh, God. That's the post. Broken it.
Oh, no.
Oh, where did I get to?
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. And that's from the other end.
Oh, sweet.
That's cool.
Nice.
Very cool.
Yeah, very good.
Nigel Tingy, same as last month, the Caudron G111 Anzani 132nd scale. So far, so good.
That
Looks
I
amazing.
really, really like this.
Yeah.
That looks amazing.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, I love the stitching.
It's got some lovely detail to it, and you know me, I don't build planes. I don't know what I'm talking about with them, but it just looks really cool to me.
Yes,
I enjoyed doing that kit. Yeah, the rigging's fun.
Yeah,
I'm sure it is.
Well, I think the colour scheme, I just think that looks really good.
Yeah, very, very nice.
Yeah.
And the one and only Dominique. This is the US GPW 1/4 ton 4x4 utility truck mod 1942 with 10 hundredweight trailer and airborne crew by Bronco and scale 1/35 paint, AK real color. Have a nice weekend and see you next month.
Hey,
Here we go.
Nicely.
Very cool.
And that is teeny in that scale as well. It's a teeny tiny. And another one.
Yeah, very cool. Nice one, Dom.
And the mighty,
engine as well. Wow.
mighty 2.4 liter or whatever they had.
Very nice. So jet scale models. I have a few projects on the go, but lately my attention's been locked into the new mini art kit and RSO towing a Pack 40 anti-tank gun. It's really captured my focus.
Interesting.
That looks interesting.
Yeah.
So that's what's underneath the skin, I guess.
Yeah.
That is cool, isn't it?
Very cool.
Yeah, I like it.
Another project nearing completion is the Dragon Models Flak 88mm 37. There's a build playlist on my channel.
There we go. Yeah, that's
nice. That's some nice paint chipping.
And that looks really cool. Yeah.
Very nice. GSG models, evening all. I've been working on this 124 Hasegawa Toyota 91 CV. Finally got the bodywork painted after having to strip the previous paint off due to some primer issues. Got most of the bodywork decals done, clear coat next, and I'll crack on with the interior and chassis. Nice.
Nice.
That looks amazing. That looks very cool. I love that two-tone.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah, Minota's colors always look nice.
Yes.
Then we've got Sylvia, who is building the 172nd BF109F from Edward. Painting is finished. Rolf is on the mottling on the fuselage because he promised to do so.
Can't get out of it.
Yeah. Now the deckling process started. This will take a while. They're the new type where you can remove the clear film of white spirit. A smelly process, but works well.
There's a Q-tip to give it scale.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Very cool. I love the Q-tip.
Yeah, that's some good mottling as well.
Yeah.
And then we have one more, which is
Ern
N. Darcy Gwynn. Basis, just basis, nothing else accomplished.
Love it. They're very pretty.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel. And there we are. Everything that's in progress.
That's fantastic. That's really
some good stuff there.
Always like to see that. Always like to see what you guys are busy with. There's some interesting stuff. There really is. I mean, the oohs and ahs are not pre-recorded. It's really nice stuff. Love that. Love that. Now, obviously, it has already been mentioned. It's always a very interesting part of the show, and certainly should not be forgotten about. God forbid we forget about that. But we need to have a look at PJ's question of the month. So, PJ, would you take it away, please?
Doing that first, then? Okay.
Yes. Well,
okay.
Nice to keep you on your toes.
Just to break up the model of the model.
Wasn't the order I thought you were going to go in. Okay, there you go.
I'm sorry.
That's right, no worries. Just move your pictures out of the way. Okay, this month's question was: it can be argued that scale modeling is an art form and not just a hobby, a creative medium for storytelling or historic preservation. In which case, how do you approach the narrative aspect of the build before commencing your modeling projects?
Here we go.
Oops. She's in. She says, I heard one of my club members say to someone looking at our stand in Perth, he started to become quite a historian. Before he builds, he looks up everything about the subject before he begins. I know if I was doing a figure that it was wearing clothing from history, I would look up the colouring and possible pattern design. I've bought a Wonder Woman figure, which we saw earlier, based on the Linda Carter actor. And already I have noticed there are variants in the design. So I made sure to fully check what style I have. It's best to try and be historically correct, but at the same time, you can also have a bit of artistic discretion.
Absolutely.
Ralph says, all of my long-term projects feel more like historic research with some modelling aspects. Generally, I have as much fun with the research than the build itself. My biggest fun is measuring up a plane in a museum and realising the drawing in a book is wrong. Look to my Wren in the Models of Yesteryear section, which we'll come to later. Also, I postponed some Luftwaffe prototypes for the simple reason that I can't get enough data or realised that they flew awful. As well, I would never build something where I don't like the history, like Russian planes or Japanese cars.
All right.
And that is it.
Well, that's obviously very important.
Yeah.
Well, I do that myself. I must agree with Rolf here. I mean, I have the same thing. So when I build something before I start, and that is part of model building, and it's lots of fun to look up different versions, different histories. I love building older cars. Obviously, I would like to see how do they come about, what different models did they have, and which one would I like to try to replicate, So I certainly think research is as much part of modeling as is the models themselves. That obviously only applies if you build historic models, I suppose.
I think it goes for most models are a model of something, aren't they? Something from history or from time. So there'll be a historically correct version of that car. Whether you choose to do that version or not is another matter, isn't it? It's myself, I tend to have a kit, and I thought, well, I don't particularly want to go with what's on the box, or as it comes, I want to change it to something else or another variant. So then you have to do a lot of research then to see what's different and things. So I think there's certainly a lot of the historic side or a lot of research side to building and modeling, I suppose.
That is.
I think over the years I've gone through numerous iterations of how I approach modeling. I think years ago with kind of aircraft modeling, I would have been much more thinking about the accuracy of what I built, the sort of history, the accuracy, even to look at plans of it, trying to see if the shape of what I'm building is correct to the plans. I care less about that these days than I ever did. For me, there's something in the history bit is important for context, but actually it's, you know, to my eye, does the shape and form of what I'm building, you know, trigger something in me from what I remember and what I've seen, you know, whether it's something I've seen in the museum, something I've seen in real life, something, you know, I've seen, you know, at a track racing or on a rally stage. Does it, you know, does it give me that emotional kind of response that I would have had to the original?
Yeah.
So it's less about the accuracy and more about, I suppose, the aesthetics of it, and does it actually please my eye in a way?
Yeah, it's for me. Sometimes it depends on what you're building, of course, but it's about sometimes you want to tell the story. It's not just about the individual model. It's like if you're doing a diorama or something like that, you're telling a story, regardless of whether it's fictitious or factual. Okay, but if it is factual, in my personal opinion, you've got to get it right. Okay, and that's not to say that's where the narrative aspect of it, the story that you're telling.
Yeah.
Okay, and even if you're doing a fantasy model, again, the more of the story, the backstory that you can tell to fill in the picture, for want of a better phrase, the better the model will be, in my personal opinion. Yeah. So.
Yeah, and I guess there's a, but I guess a lot of it's down to the individual. You know, I could be, you know, it could be critical of the level of obsession. Maybe some people go for one particular subject or something that's their thing, but at the end of the day, it's their thing and it brings them enjoyment.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely.
Or, you know,
yeah.
I don't have that obsessional attention to detail I maybe had a few years ago because I've realised more what the hobby.
Like Alan.
How did I know my name was going to pop up there?
Like Alan.
No, but there are certain things. It's like that Toyota GT1 last year I built.
Yeah.
You know, I know you built one around the same time. And you just went with semi-gloss black, where it was called out because that's what you wanted to build from it. Whereas I spent weeks and weeks cutting out bloody carbon fiber, different types, and because at the time I kind of thought that was what I wanted from the kit, and it was enjoyable to do it. So, but neither of us are right or wrong. We're as right as we want to be for our own version of what we want to do.
As long as you're enjoying doing what you're doing, that's the important. As long as you're getting enjoyment, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks.
Exactly.
As long as you build what you want to build and make yourself happy, that's the important thing.
Absolutely. What about you, Jamie? What's your thoughts?
It's like, to me, like I do like the research side of things as much as the modelling, really. Yeah, it matters to me personally that I get things as right as you can get them, because I think that's just how it should. But that's just, you know, that's just me. I just like to spend hours looking for sort of research photographs, information on it, and you know, that's just my thing. You know,
there's a strange enjoyment about doing the research. But, and again, when you've actually replicated that part of what that you've been getting it as you say, as accurate or as finished as possible. There's an enjoyment in that as well.
Yeah, there is, and that's what kind of gets me, really. And I mean,
sense of achievement. Yeah.
There's also a certain frustration in that as well, isn't there, Jamie? When
there is massive.
There's, you know, I mean, we have the internet now. It's such a huge reference for all sorts of
everything.
Things,
yeah.
And you've got, you know, quite a well-known. Let's pick a well-known car, and you just want that one picture just showing that one part, or just catch that one part.
It's trying to find it,
and you can look at 2,000 pictures and not one of them show that.
I mean, like, you know, I'm working like on the McLaren, and you know, you can Google that car. There's millions. There's videos of the car. There's millions of pictures everywhere. But you get some of like the ECUs, the wiring on that.
Yeah.
And wherever you see it, you've got pictures and the doors are up, but they never show you inside. You can see the odd picture of it.
Yeah.
But they never show you completely.
What? Yeah.
Yeah, you know, and it's trying to find all these different sites, and you know, it's that.
But in some ways, that's it. You know, that level of resource availability is a blessing and a curse in equal measure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I think back to when I was building scale models back in the 90s, And, you know, the only reference books I had were some stuff I could find in the library.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff came from kind of magazines I would buy, you know, like Flight International or, you know, whatever, Air Force Monthly. You might find some two reference pictures for a particular subject. A grainy black and white picture of a, you know, a buccaneer from the Gulf War in the 90s, and that's your sole reference for your model kit. Whereas now, you'll find there's an entire 400-page photo book available, or you'll find 1,000 photos on the internet. Yeah,
but the thing is, I mean, as you say, those photo books, Dan, I mean, I've got numerous ones, whether it be for the Williams or for this Lancia I'm building, that, you know, got tons of pages and pages after beautiful quality pictures.
Yeah.
But just none of the pictures are taken with the in mind that, oh, somebody might be building a model of this.
Yeah.
So, you know, where you'd step back and take a picture of the whole thing. They'll just take close-up pictures of the pedal. But you want to see the whole pedal box.
Yeah.
Or you want to see the whole dashboard instead of just like a quarter of the dashboard. And that's what infuriates me. Certainly people that put these sort of things together.
Like the wiring and stuff, and you know, the certain bits that you want to see, you just can't. Yeah.
And then, of course, there's a rabbit hole of when you get books like that, is the card or photographing as it was when it was rallied in the event you're depicting, or is it a rebuild of something?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And this is why, to a certain extent, I've been to a couple of aircraft museums over the last few years. I've stopped taking pictures there. Years ago, I take pictures of everything from everything because it almost became a reference point, but actually it's not, because it sat in the museum for 20 years where it's been painted with commercial paints. And
well, a telling point on that is we touched on when I was in Perth, is my Mazda, the rear clamshell on my Mazda.
Yeah.
I did it all, painted everything, got it all masked up, did all the paintwork, everything. But then I looked at the picture, thought, bloody hell, I've got it wrong. I've got the crossover point for the decals on the back wrong, because it's all going through the actual point of the yaw cap. So I stripped it all, redid it all, so the crossover was in there. I thought, but why would I have got it wrong? And I did more research, found pictures of the actual cars it went across the line, and found out I'd actually got it right in the first place.
No!
And subsequently, in another race, it had been crashed, and the rear clam and everything had been rebuilt and repainted, and they just changed where the crossover points were.
Yeah, because all the vinyls would have been done by hand.
Yes.
It would have been painted a certain colours, and the guy would go out with a selection of printed vinyls and stick them on the car physically. And
so me being me, because I was doing the car depicted as it won the race in 91, I had to then strip it all again and redo it all again.
I was going to say, that cut back then. Got it wrong.
It's right.
No, it is right.
Sometimes. Yeah.
So you can't always trust what you find on the internet. That's the problem either. So.
Yeah, and I think at the end of the day, each individual modeler has to be happy with what they're producing or what they've done. You're your own kind of judge, really.
Good.
Unless you go into competitions, of course, and then
But then that's only assuming that the people who are judging the competitions know the subject anyway.
Which invariably they don't, because they can be thrown any number of subjects, and these are the debates, a number of channels have gotten into about, the IPMS way versus the, gold, silver, bronze way of whatever other scale model challenges, whatever different way they vote on things. But
good. Thank you for your contributions.
Good
Do
question.
you want to segue to questions for the crew?
Let's do it.
Okay. Good.
But we can, but just a comment from Ian in the chat who says, my biggest regret in 20 years catering for some of the biggest rally teams in the world during the 90s and noughties was not taking reference pictures.
Yeah.
But I wasn't a modeler back then.
Yeah.
And this is it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hindsight is a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Questions for the crew. We've got one here from Graham. Excuse me. Just, hi guys. Any information on the manufacturer of a decal sheet for seats which will represent a plaid or tartan cloth for car seats?
Now, I've seen, I'm not sure, let me just check my
like that.
Yeah.
decal thingy, but I think I might.
That looks awfully familiar.
Yeah. But I'm not sure it's those colours.
Yeah, that is the thing.
Sure, I've seen. Well, I might have bought something like that a while ago.
Well, here we go.
No,
Scale Motorsport.
No, they were. They're just the closest I've got there is they're from, I don't know, Mr. Model.
All right.
I don't know if it weren't really shiny, but it's like a line patterned. They do checkered pattern. They do quite a few different ones actually. They're all seat decals or patterns to use on seat decals and door cards and all that sort of stuff. So it might be worth having a look at Mr. Model, because they may do.
Scale Motorsport definitely do plaid and pattern of some sort. I don't know whether it's the right one. I don't know.
Do they still do it though, Dan? Since they changed hands,
that
is the question as well. But yeah, it's certainly worth looking at Scale Motorsport and Mr. Model.
Hope that helps, Graham.
Hopefully.
And then the other alternative is print your own.
Yeah, if you get a good reference pictures, there's always that possibility.
Yeah, or even if you just get the colors right, just make a simple pattern and then replicate it in.
Yes, and then and if you print that on clear decal sheet, but put it over a white base if you can.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's always possible. Then you.
Yeah, I suppose it depends on how bright you want it.
Yeah.
Mark believes it's a Vauxhall Nova GTE or Nova Sport seat interior. So that's maybe what you want to be looking for.
Good. But I'm assuming you're talking 24th scale anyway. And I think that's what Graham builds. So, it's not going to be that. You could get away with probably printing your own on decal sheet, to be honest, at that scale.
Yeah.
Well, PJ, while we have you, just go on.
Oh, do you want to carry on? Do you want to catch up on the chat or anything like that first? Or?
No, big ones.
No.
Go on.
Yeah, Andy believes Dan was too soon with the puncture. Would you guys like to elaborate on that?
No.
Okay. All right.
It was too soon, apparently. So no.
Okay. And Neil said goodbye. He's going to polish a car.
Oh. Fair enough. Okay.
Yep.
Right. Models from not today and not the future. Oh no. From yesteryear.
We do yesteryear. Okay, models from yesteryear.
You have sunny pictures from Christopher.
Sunny pictures. Actually, no.
Oh no, there's clouds in the background.
Overcast. Oh my goodness.
Oh, look at that. There's a cloud.
Oh my goodness.
That must have been before global warming. Sorry, couldn't resist. Sorry.
Yeah, Christover's built this Das Werks 116 Stug 3G in 2023, painted with Tamiya paints and weathered with Vallejo washes and MIG pigments.
The beast, that, isn't it? Wow.
It is a beast. Oh, I love it.
I like that, like the tarp over the.
Yeah, very cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. So it's fantastic.
Very nice, Chris.
Okay.
Oh, look at that.
I remember when he did
Matthew Thomas. Look at this for the Porsche. Okay, this is my Tamiya 911 GT2 Club Sport with minor custom modifications. The colour is a mix Tamiya of clear green and metallic blue.
Oh, wow.
I like that. This is probably the best. Let's try again. This is probably the best I've built, and it's actually featured in Fine Scale Modeler 2020 annual best builds. It's a magazine.
Oh, well deserved. It looks amazing.
Looks nice, doesn't it?
Yeah. Very cool. I love that color idea.
Oh yes, there's.
It's nice.
Yes, there's.
Here we go. A subtle wing at the back. Very
big,
cool.
big parcel shelf external. So, yeah, I like the wheels.
Very cool.
Ralph says, hi all. It is my scratch built 172 English Electric Wren, which you referred to earlier. Fuselage and tail are constructed with plastic sheet. The wing is made by cutting/sanding a donor plastic kit wing. I built the model in 2023 for an article in Shuttleworth Club magazine to celebrate the centennial of winning the lymph trials in 1923.
That is amazing.
That
That
looks
is
cool, really cool.
that is fantastic. I love
This
that.
block here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's me pudding?
Yeah.
Where's me pudding?
Oh, I love that. That is
That is awesome. Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing.
Really like that.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic.
I love how he gets all the background pictures and stuff in there, 'cause it just gives it just
Yeah.
Yeah.
level, doesn't it?
Puts it in context.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
love
cool.
Like that. Here's a piece of deflated Millgate. It says, my first foray into detailing a model. This is an original Tamiya 1/12 scale Porsche 935. It compromises of two kits as the original bodywork was lost in a house fire.
Oh,
The chassis was then fitted into a new body shell and utilised many top studio fittings, wiring and pipework. They added lights to match the reference photo. This was commenced in 2017 and completed in 2020.
And this is one I was telling you about, PG. If you look at that top picture, it's actually in the garage.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. You mentioned there, yeah, about the
Very cool.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I love that.
Ford's
love
garage.
That's very cool.
Beautiful detailing.
I love the weathering as well. Very nice.
Very nice.
Fortunately, only put one picture in, but never mind. Okay. This is Andy. Says, I'm adding my Tamiya 112 Panigale 1199 Ducati. Reason for adding this is it was my second motorcycle built since being in the hobby. Just finished in Christmas 2023. I really enjoyed this build. Paints used were some Ferrari red, which was in my paints at the time, and Porsche pure white paint. Finished with 2K, I think was pro scale. Lots of other paints used throughout. A detail fork set by Tamiya also used, which creates great details. Thanks for looking, as always. Maybe we'll get back to building another bike someday. Yeah.
Oh, that came out very nice. I think you should, Andy.
Yeah, it's a really nice build, that Panigale as well.
One of them in my front room. They're just beautiful looking
Yeah.
things, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yep, they are. Let's put down here. Oh, there's another one, bandage, sorry.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, I bet that kit. It's a really nice kit. The Tamiya 112 bikes kits.
They all build pretty nice, don't they?
Yeah,
They're generally a joy to build.
Oh, here we go. Look here.
Here we are. Now we're talking.
Oh, look at her.
Okay, I'll read this bit and then you can talk over me. Go on. This is my Tamiya 124 Nissan Primera. It's the first model I ever built over 35 years ago. It
Look
certainly aged better than me. Well, that's true. And me too, Jamie. Go, tell us about it.
I'll say one thing. Can I just say one thing, Jamie? Can I just talk over Jamie and say one thing? It looks like a proper barn find, does that, mate?
It does. Well, all the dust of it on it.
I'm not touching it, mate. That is it. It's staying like that. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's not even painted. I was telling Andy about it.
Yeah.
I mean, you think like 30, it's got to be 35 years ago. Got to be. And you think of the stuff we had to paint with, really, for modelling. There was like those, the airbrushes that you used to put on the top of it, like a spray can, like a...
Yeah.
You got that, which you just used to, I don't know. There was terrible. So in the kit, the plastic was like a metallic green, like the colour it was supposed to be virtually. So that's not even painted.
So you just slap decals on it and that's it. Job done.
That's, because that to me was the best. You was either going to brush paint it a similar colour, and it just,
That's pretty cool.
Well, you know, yeah.
Quite a rare kit today as well.
Yeah.
It's apart from the wing mirrors, which I believe are still in the cabinet. It's yeah, that's gone through quite a few sort of house moves, really, and
Yeah, and I dare say it's not been clear coated or nothing, so the decals
no, it's no, the decals they've just put on with water. There've been no setting solutions, but it was
No,
just
it didn't exist. That.
you know, yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
So like the actual chassis and everything inside, that's not painted because on the car anyway it was white and in the kit. So it was just like, yeah, it's really, if somebody wanted to do a bit of a resto thing, it'd be perfect for them. But yeah,
I can see a beautiful diorama with this.
Yeah, you know, I've still got a couple of escorts that I built at the time, and it was just, I don't know, I wouldn't want to get rid of it, really.
Cool.
You know,
Thanks for sharing.
It's a historic model.
Yeah, stood the test, hasn't it?
Oh, here we go. Alan Parker. Some long lost models that I thought I had lost a while ago. These were built some 45 to 50 years ago by my late father. These were the first kits I ever encountered and what sparked my interest in modeling all those years ago. Right, so it's his fault. Got it. Okay. They're all original release Airfix 54mm kits, painted with a mixture of oil paints, Airfix enamels, and Pera paints at that time. My aim is to try and clean and sympathetically restore these.
Yeah,
that's very cool.
Mega.
Yeah, so I mean, when we moved actually to Wales, so sort of when I was 10, so that's sort of 45 odd years ago, 45 years ago, they were boxed up and put in a box.
Yep.
And sort of I had sort of been given care of them, and when I moved from there, then obviously the boxes went, and I honestly thought they got thrown away in a house move and stuff. And when I was clearing out the attic, was it beginning of March this year, for various reasons, I was going through all my old boxes, and I opened the box. I thought I recognised that box. Opened the box, and yeah, those were in there. And I thought they were long gone. But yeah, I remember, watching my dad build these, painting them with little brushes and oil paints and stuff. Wow. You know, I said they're well and truly battered and covered in dust and stuff, so they need a good clean, and some of the paint's flaked off in various places.
Would you put them in? Would you put them in a display case or something when you're done?
Yeah, that's my plan. I'll stick them all in together. You know, I've got all the parts that are broken off. I have all the parts, thankfully.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm going to try and save them for prosperity reasons more than anything.
Yeah, but it's cool that they still exist, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah.
You know, that's the.
I mean, my dad back in the day was a prolific builder of I suppose cavalry type figures and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
You know. And considering the size of them, they've done quite well.
Yeah. Very cool.
Oh yes, there's.
Here we go, Snorri. I love
This is my 148 Fokker D7.
Yeah.
From Edward, built in the golden
Deep Schwab.
Yeah, what you said. Livery. The 7 guys were very brave and fought a hare which appears greater than normal. It was built in 2012. Oh, that's I see. Yeah, cool. It's just look at there's the hare there.
Yeah. It could be very small people as well.
Yes.
Yeah,
that was a very big hare, one or the other.
Yeah.
Well, it's the Siebenschwaben is basically a story, a historical story, which of these 7 guys who always exaggerated their feats, which they have done. You know how they went after this hare with a big spear, and obviously the hare had to be considerably bigger, otherwise the story wouldn't sound that good. So that's how it goes.
So there's the narrative. So there's the narrative, but it fits in with my question of the month. Cool.
Yeah. And obviously, the Fokker D7 was part of the Fokker scourge in World War One. That was a very good plane.
Cool. Draw a picture of it. There you go. and it's running away.
I love it. I love it.
Cool.
Burns in. This is Salvadoran P-51 from the Soccer Wars. Okay. 148 Tamiya kit built 20 years ago.
Wow.
Soccer Wars sounds very South American. I think that's Argentinian livery, isn't it?
Pass. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
got a British round all on it. It's got a British round all on it.
No,
What's that, sorry,
Salvador.
Dan?
El Salvador.
Oh,
Oh,
Salvador.
El Salvador. Okay.
Yeah.
South America. That was at least on the right continent.
I thought El Salvador was Central America.
Well, they can be very specific about that.
Ah,
Cool.
Pretty cool.
I think that's the last one. It is. Well, thank you for
Love
that.
that.
Thank you for sharing your models from yesteryear.
It's always interesting. Some very interesting stuff. I love the highly historical stuff. It's very, 135 years ago when Jamie built his first model, then the stuff from Alan's dad. That's really cool. My dad was he built remote planes and flew remote planes, and so we always built together those, with balsa wood and those planes with the iron, trying to get the oil on and that kind of stuff. And I wish I would have any of that, but it's all gone.
Yeah.
Just nowhere to be
Yeah.
seen.
It's just nice that it still exists, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah, absolutely.
It really is awesome. Right.
Cool.
A little bit of chatting going on there, Dan?
not a huge amount. Mark says a Vauxhall Nova GT or Nova Sport seat interior. Graham says it was fitted to a Talbot Sunbeam Lotus as well. Hugh
All right.
Gordon's in there saying evening all. Hey Hugh.
Hi,
How's
Hugh.
it, Hugh? Good to see you, buddy.
And then Jamie and Hugh saying hello to each other.
All right. Awesome.
We're back on top again.
Huge organ.
Right. Then the time has come where we're going to have a look at your finished models, because that is a very, very exciting part of the show, because I always love to see you guys finish something, which is something which we do not have in common, because I don't finish anything. But you do, and you do finish fantastic stuff. And I think we should have a look at that. And the way this works, let me share my screen in the meantime, however long that takes. The way this works is that I will obviously introduce to all of you the models with the complete comments of model creators, so you can have a very good look at them. And then once we have done that, I will go through them again in a quick run through, which gives you the opportunity to vote for the model of the month of the Modelers Friday Night Live show. And then obviously your model will get pride of place on the banner of the Facebook page of the Modelers Friday Night Live show. And we start with scale wheels. Give him a chance to make it a bit bigger, because this is to me a FW18 of Damon Hills. It's
Tamiya, it's Tamco, isn't it?
Yeah.
Tamiya, yeah.
Tamiya, yeah. It's a 143 all metal kit painted in Tamiya LP lacquers. Wow, that's pretty cool. That is very cool. Love the weathering on it. If you wouldn't have told me it's 143, I wouldn't have thought it is.
Yeah, it's
Very,
cool.
very nice.
Very
Love
nice.
it. Cool livery as well. Very cool indeed. And we have another one from Scale Wheels, which is mostly a Garkin 116 Rolls-Royce, 15 British horsepower. Much of this is scratch built out of brass alloy, leather, and wood, with only parts of the original Geigen kit used. That's amazing.
It's lovely, isn't it?
That's very cool. Oh, I love those, as we all know. But yeah, that is really cool. Now, that's a Rolls Royce if you've ever seen one.
Yeah.
That's the time when you needed to get your petrol at the pharmacy.
Yeah.
No petrol stations, didn't exist. Very cool. Love that. That's a nice scratch. And another one, Scales, he really is on fire. is a race vessel, the Renaissance Ferrari 801 in 143 scale.
Fine.
Go. Very cool.
Beautiful.
That area of racing.
Such a lovely looking thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. It is. Then we have some sunny pictures from Chris Stover. Finished the Das Werk 116 Panzer III J. Painted with Tamiya paints and weathered with vernier washes and big pigments.
Yeah, that
Oh,
is
I like the camera on that as well.
Yeah.
I've taken the lid off because I know the interior of this thing is amazing.
Yeah, a lot of detail inside.
that's awesome, done it.
Yeah, he's look. If you want to have a panzer built, Chris is your man. That's
Yeah.
for sure. No, he does.
Yeah, he's a really good builder, isn't he?
It is. It is. Love it. And not a cloud in the sky.
Yep.
It brightened up, obviously.
Very cool. Very cool. And another from Chris is, here we go. He also finished his Edward 148 P39 and Era Cobra. He painted that with Tamiya paints. Love that.
Cool, isn't it?
Very cool. Very, very cool. Wait, that's a bit too big. Here we go. Very nice.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
Oh, here we go. Something interesting from John Wiesener. Hi there. Finished just in time to make its debut at the Scottish Scale Nationals in Perth. My 1929 125 Revell Model A Roadster. A highly detailed donor V8 flathead with spark plug and ignition details, along with tri-carb linkages, fuel lines, and copper brake lines, complement the chassis. The axle and wishbones have been rifle drilled to give them a lightened look. Body mods include functional doors, trunk-lit photo-etched bomber seats, complement the interior. Weathering and patina carried out using various techniques I have developed over time. Thanks for looking.
Could
I'm
have
sure
validated it a bit, couldn't it?
That's the one that won the first place.
Yeah,
I
it won
believe.
first prize. Yeah,
Awesome.
Did it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's
That gold.
nice kit. That was a nice kit.
That looks really cool.
I'm sure it looked even better in real
Beautiful.
life.
Beautiful.
It's just all the patina and stuff on it.
Just
Was
looks right,
spot
doesn't
on.
it?
That picture really doesn't do it justice.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah. In the flesh, it's absolutely stunning.
It does. It looks right, doesn't it?
It's
Love
a
this.
worthy winner.
Love the engine detail. Really nice. Nice one, John. Love
Some
it.
work gone into that, hasn't there?
Yeah.
Really,
Oh,
very
I love
nice.
it. Love the detailing on the exhaust. Very cool. Very, very. Oh, here's another shot of it. Okay, that's good. Ah, here we go. Rod benders.
That's cool.
Look at the detail interior of the door. Yeah, that's very cool. Spring over here. How big was it? What scale was it?
25th.
125. Oh, yeah. 125. Right. Then we have Rolf or Billy Messerschmidt also, and he says, "Good evening. This time I have something different. A Fokker D7. We just had one with the 7 Swabians, and at least for me, unusual large 124 scale. It's a RC model from John Porter's World War I series. Apparently, you can see them at microaces.com. The model is constructed from lovely printed 1mm foam board, weighs 41 grams, and enjoys calm evenings for a final dusk patrol."
No.
It looks really good.
Very cool. That's the same theme with the C7 Swabians on there.
Yeah.
124 remote control. What
Yeah.
engine does it have in there?
It's probably just got a very small electric motor in it, if you know.
Yeah, but then it needs a battery as well, so that
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
it.
With the small single cell lithium battery, you know, I say it'd been at 124th a day, so it'd been an indoor flyer or very, very calm weather flyer.
That's awesome.
You're
Isn't it?
certainly not going to fly it very far away from yourself at 124 scale.
No, you're not going to see it. Very cool. Mark Runciman has said, this month's finished the Hobby Boss 135 Delta Force FAB. Fun build and glad to actually finish it this time instead of dropping it and losing parts. That happens to the best of us, Mark. Even so, it's a military vehicle. I decided to do it as a civilian off-road style. It is painted with both AK and Tamiya paints. The second photo was taken with its military version as a comparison.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Very cool. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah, it took them.
I remember when he told me plans, and I thought, I don't know, but yeah, it looks good. I love it.
Yeah, it looks good. He took that to the Scottish Nationals.
Yeah.
Especially with the second photograph. Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
Here you go.
Yeah.
Very cool. Love it, Mark. Love it. Very, very cool indeed. We have Shane in there. Oh, here we go. He just joined us. Well, I have finished the Tamiya 112 Ducati 916 reworked as the WSBK 998 Ducati FO2. Used SMS Italian red for the bodywork and TB decals, which are not that great, but they are the only one around for the subject. Well, you managed to get them on there, that's for sure. It looks good, Shane.
We've done a lot of extra work on that as well, all the wiring and stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of detail work in that.
Oh,
Beautiful.
Those look really cool.
have a look here. Yeah, I love that triangle. That's amazing. Really nice work there, Shane. I like that. Our friend from Canada, Joe, he built a truck, as he does. Just finished my Talieri 378 Peterbilt in 124. Paint is mixed from a few leftover blues, and this is what I came up with. Well, a good fitting kit with really no issues, and just built this one out of the box. Thanks for looking. Model on, everyone.
Very cool.
Very
I
nice.
mean, it's all his chromes and his silvers as well, because I know he's stripped everything on this thing, so everything on there is painted.
Yeah.
So like that fuel tank just looks spot on, doesn't it? You know, it looks right with the straps and everything, and he's done a bloody good job of that.
Yes.
He is a very good builder.
It's a better photograph. Yes.
Love that.
Cool.
Nice one, Joe. Very nice. Then we have GSG models.
Loose lift
This is
garage.
124 Fujimi Honda Civic EK9. Painted with Mr. Color White, fire scale gray, and street blisters Edmund red. Scale Motorsport carbon on the bonnet and 3D printed spoon sport wheels. Some light weathering added using some very thin down Tamiya flat black tool. Designed the livery to look like a Kanyuzuku street racer. These guys tune Honda Civics, then race them around the highways of Osaka. Fun one to build. Well,
It looks cool.
Oh, yeah.
very cool.
Yeah,
Very
hands on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it a lot. I guess that is all painted. There's, you know, the reds, the blacks, the whites. That's all painted.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Yeah.
Very cool. Like the wheels too. Very nice. Then Scale Model Chris is in with something different. He recently finished up the 124 Ferrari SF90 XX Stradale from Kitbox and PZY models, gone with the Lehman's special livery. Body painted in fire scale, LMH Hypercar Red Ferrari, Tamiya Pure Yellow, 2K Gloss, kit decals for livery. Interior black texture noir 200, kit carbon fiber, kit seat belt. Really happy with how this one came out. Have a good show. We'll catch up with it over the weekend.
That's quite really nice. That's a nice, nice clean build, that is.
Wow.
Beautiful job.
That looks, yeah. Let's have a look here. Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed.
That looks good
as well.
Very good.
And Vern, it looks like he's got his last pictures in every section, and so this is
done well.
Finished this base for my pre-ICM at best 148 AH1G Cobra, made from a Fujimi S&J. Letters and pump are the old Verlinden offerings. Well, that's
different and cool.
yeah, very good.
What would the bladders have been for then? They were fuel bladders or
Fuel.
I think
Okay.
would these then be the pumps, Dan?
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Just have
Very
some
cool.
sort of pump.
Such a cool looking helicopter as well.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It is very cool. I think that's it. That's it. We went through everything. Right. As said, what we're going to do, I'm going to do a quick run through all the models. So just to remind you what we have, and then you can start voting for your favorite. And we will also give our 2 pence at it, and we will then have the model of the month. Right. Should I start?
Go for it, Roland.
Right, we start with the Tamiya FW18 of Damon Hills. That's from Scale Wheels in 143. Next one also from Scale Wheels is the 116 Rolls-Royce with some Garkin in it. It's a 15 horsepower one, which is a scratch build. Then we also have from Scale Wheels a race vessel Renaissance Ferrari 801, and that also would be in 143. Bristover is delighting us again with the 116 Panzer 3J. The next one is also Christover, who has also the Edward 148 P39N era Cobra. Then John Wisner. John Wisner is in with the Model A Roadster, which was also displayed at the Scottish Scale Nationals. This one is 125 in scale. Willie Messerschmitt has a Fokker D7 with the 124 scale, which is actually an RC model. Next one is Mark Runciman. He is in with the Hobby Boss 135 Delta Force FAB civilian version. Next one is Shane Wright with the Tamiya 112 Ducati 916, which he reworked as a 998 Ducati F02. Next one is Joe Cavalieri. He finished his Italieri 378 Peterbilt in the scale of 124. Next one is GSG Models with his 124 Fujimi Honda Civic EK9. And we also have Scale Model Chris here with his 124 Ferrari SF90 XX. And last but certainly not least is Vern and Darcy Gwynn with his 148 AH1G Cobra. And that, ladies and gentlemen, would be that. Ooh.
Oh.
Easy choice, eh? You guys have it all figured out, I'm sure.
Well,
Not really.
definitely one of the ones you just showed us.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. It's a tough one again, isn't it?
It's going to be interesting.
Tough one.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, it's the first time I go through here and actually have a look. You kind of read through them, but you don't look.
Right, well, we'll let everybody in the chat decide. We might as well go through our own votes here then. So then, who am I going to pick on first today? I think PJ looks like, 'cause he's got his grumpy top on. I'm going to go for PJ first, I think.
Yeah, another difficult choice as usual. I think it probably helps to have seen it in the flesh rather than just a photograph. I know how good it is, but I'm going with John Wisner's Roadster.
No. Oh, okay.
Lucky Coakley. And let's go for Jamie because he looked confused.
And for that
It looks
reason,
like that all the time.
I'm going to go for something which is out of my wheelbox. I'm going to go for that truck, Joe's truck.
Joe's truck.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Awesome. The damn cave.
I am going to go with Shane's 998.
Yeah, that was
Mm.
that was the
Just because I know the work he's put into it, and I know it's exactly what I want to do with a couple of Ducatis at some point.
all right.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Roland.
Yeah. Yeah, I have 3 or 4 which I can offer up.
Just the one of them.
That Ferrari SF 90X scale model, Chris. Beautiful.
It's awesome, isn't it?
Joe's truck, fantastic. Shane Wright's motorbike, bloody hell.
That scratch built rolls as well.
Oh, it's just special. But you know, I go a bit unconventional because I know I've seen it built up, and thank you, Chris, for always posting in our sections so we see how you build it and how you got to it. And I know what the interior looks like, so I will do the Chris Dover 116 Panzer 3J.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice as well.
Yeah. I've got to give a shout out to Scale Wheels for his for that rolls and the two
Awesome.
143rd
Yeah.
scale. You know,
Yeah.
'cause they look awesome at that scale as well.
Yeah, they do.
Fantastic.
Yeah, John Wisner's that Model A Roadster. Seen it in the flesh. It is beautiful. Like, and the same as Joe's. As I was saying, yeah, all the metals and stuff Joe's done on that truck.
Yeah, that's what sort of pulled me a bit. Like you say, the tank and everything.
Yeah.
Everything just looks, yeah.
Oh, absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
But I mean, probably for the same reason as Dan, I've seen the work he's put into it over the months, and it's just something a little bit different with Shane White with his Ducati. So
Yeah, fair play.
you know, he's done a really good job of that, and with adding detail and stuff as
Would
well.
have chosen that one anytime.
Yeah, as is, you know, Scale Model. I've got to give a shout out for Scale Model Chris for that SF90 as well. Is so clean,
beautiful.
so clean. But Shane gets my vote this month. Is anybody else going to place any more votes in the chat, or are we all done there?
Have we got many votes in the chat? What have we got in there?
There's been a few.
There's been quite a few.
Yeah, there's.
How many's watching?
37 at the moment.
We've had about 20 votes, so
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
just over half the number of people who are watching, which is not bad. Not bad. Oh, we got another one there. Look, another vote's come in.
Here we go.
Wicked.
We'll give them another minute or so. But I mean, again, some awesome builds.
Yeah, I mean,
Awesome builds.
While you're
That
waiting,
that bike was beautiful. That Ferrari was beautiful.
while
Loved
you're waiting,
Rolls-Royce. The chap from the Scottish Nationals. I mean, right in my wheelhouse. Love that.
while you're waiting, I'll just drop a couple of links.
Scale Fanatics out, Peach.
Say again?
One for Scale Fanatics.
Yeah.
I haven't got that one. You have to put that in.
Shocking. I mean, that is shocking.
Yes, I have.
Shocking.
Shut up.
Just not good enough.
Right, I don't think anybody else is going to vote, so I'm going to call it on the votes in there.
Okay.
Then I can do a little bit of math. Yeah.
Oh, it goes better than the beginning of the show.
It's close. It's bloody
Oh,
close.
there we go. All right, that's good. You like it close?
Yeah. So.
Just while you're adding that up, Alan, I was just going to mention about the Scale Fanatics merch. If anybody wants anything, any jumbles or
awesome stuff.
Look, yeah. They're all.
I would show mine, but mine's rather custom to myself because mine's got like all my other logo around it and stuff as well. But
yeah, that's all it.
But yeah,
there's going to be advertising soon. We're going to have for the Le Mans weekend. Basically, the clubhouse is going to be open for the 24 hours of the race.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like a bit of an endurance build. Just build what you're building. But if you'd like to join us, you're more than welcome.
An endurance modelling session, isn't it, James?
Yes.
We figure if they can sit in a car for 24 hours, we can probably sit at the bench.
Yeah.
And do a bit of building.
But there's 3 of them.
There'll be three of us, won't there?
Yeah, there will be. We can. Yeah.
That's fair.
I'll be there. But what is the date again?
It is the 14th and 15th of June.
Okay, right.
So
Mark that in your calendar, guys.
Yeah, it should be a good giggle.
Yeah, it should be. It should be.
Now,
what was that? Sorry, Dan?
I was just going to go, oh, bother, I'm on holiday, but I'm not.
Not allowed.
That would have been a surprise, wouldn't it?
No excuse.
Right,
I'm on holiday just before it, but I am back for it.
Okay. Nice and fresh.
Right then, so we've got in third place this month, we've got Chris Stover with his Panzer.
Oh, don't Chris.
And then we've got a 3-way tie for second place, which comes with scale wheels with his Rolls Royce. God, that's a tongue twister.
It really is.
With his Model A Roadster, and Shane Wright with his Ducati. All right. Second. But this week's winner, and I'll just for context, Chris had 3 votes, Scale Wheels, John Weisner, and Shane all had 4 votes each. And Joe with his 378 Peterbilt is the winner with 5 votes this month.
Can I change mine then?
Too late.
Brilliant. Well done, Joe.
So Joe wins again. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, again, they're all worthy winners. That's the thing. They're all winners in their own right, aren't they?
Yeah, everybody. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
But well done, Joe.
Well done, Joe. Well done, Joe.
Well done, Joe. And Andy, yeah, we had a meeting. You are banned.
Yeah.
Poor Andy.
Yeah, so
well, whatever. It's the first I heard of it, so it's nothing to do with me. So by then I've not been here. So unless I'm telepathic.
Good.
Psychotic, maybe.
Telepathic. Yeah. Telepathic is one word to describe you.
Yes.
Just a quick call out. Colin and Fox's frolic is on tonight at midnight. Tune in for that, guys. And prime time, Phil's prime time modelling on Tuesday, 8 o'clock as usual. And there's a link there for Scale Fanatics as well.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Dan, can you see some final words in the chat?
Yeah, let's have a quick scan. Lots of congratulations for Joe. Andy blames Parker. Of course he does.
Sorry to interrupt, Dan. Can we just ask if Alan has won any awards while we've been on air?
No. Not at all.
There'll be some in the post.
Some in the post, yeah, definitely. Sorry, Dan, carry on.
Thank you. Graham McRobert dropped in. Say hi, guys. Hope all is well.
Hi,
hey,
Graham.
Hey, Graham.
Yeah, well done, everybody, from Mike Hasselgrove. Awesome work, guys, from Jeff. And congrats to Joe. And Graham says, PJ Lewis, love the jumper. You turned into Victor Meldrew.
And Missy says she would.
I think you'll find Victor Meldrew was modelled on PJ. Right. Come on.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And moving on.
And Missy, you know where to get those travel cups.
Yeah, indeed.
Very, very cool.
Good.
Right, guys.
Yeah.
This would it be for this month. It was awesome. I'm glad you guys were all online. Thank you to all the guys which you see on the screen. Dan was here, Alan, PJ, and of course the one and only Jamie. Well, we all had lots of fun. Thank you for sharing all your pictures, because it is fantastic to see what you guys buy, what you guys busy with, what you guys have finished, what you guys did in the past. It's fantastic. I love all of it. Thanks very much for popping in. You guys have a lovely evening further, and enjoy spring coming here where I am. There's winter coming, so it's all different. As you can see, I have a jumper on today. And I wish you all a lovely evening. Goodbye.
Great.
Cheers, guys.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
People later.
Bye, everybody.